Whoever talks about this topic is told not to discuss it or to tell anyone else. If they do, it will damage their reputation. The story being shared now is something heard from someone else, but it was never spoken about because it felt wrong to talk about. Recently, an incident occurred at Gangar Ram Hospital in Pakistan. For those who don't know what happened, here's what took place. A little girl came to visit a sick relative admitted to the hospital. Outside, as seen in government hospitals, the relatives sleep in the corridors due to lack of space. The girl, only 5 years old, was sleeping in a corridor. A 22-year-old man named Abid Mateen, who worked as a cleaner, saw her sleeping alone and assaulted her. When the girl's mother saw this, she started shouting, which brought doctors, paramedical staff, and nurses to the scene. They protested and demanded that a strict fur be lodged against the man. But, as often happens in such cases, the mother quickly changed her statement and said she didn't want to pursue it further. The reason for her change of mind or whether someone threatened her is unknown. What is known is what was witnessed with their own eyes and what happened to that girl. Her story never made it to social media, and she never received justice. The fear of speaking out often makes people feel their voices don't matter. Even if they talked about it, would it make any difference? Many believe their voices don't matter. However, after seeing recent events, some have found the courage to speak out. The entire nation stood up for a doctor who was raped in a hospital, demanding justice and leading to the hospital principal's resignation. They also pushed for a CBI investigation. Society has become desensitized. When hearing about a girl being raped or assaulted, many simply say, "The world is bad," and do nothing to change it. People often advise to forget about it, claiming such things happen all the time. But how many are actually standing up to make the world a better place? Recent incidents from India have deeply triggered and scared many, but they have also made people realize that if they don't speak up, who will? If these issues are not discussed, there will never be any change in society. Before sharing this girl's story, an important statistic is highlighted. In Pakistan, though the situation in other countries may vary, a girl is raped every 20 minutes. And these are only the registered cases. Imagine how many go unreported. Now, here is one such case. If one has ever seen the emergency ward of a government hospital, they would know how crowded it gets. There's an overwhelming rush of patients. If a doctor even blinks, 10 to 50 patients could come in during that time. It's that crowded. Since the hospital is free, people come from all over, including Kasar and other regions of Punjab. A night duty had just started. It was around 2 a.m. The exhaustion from seeing patient after patient, many of whom were critical, was evident. They were treated as quickly as possible, moving from bed to bed. Around 2 a.m., 4 women arrived carrying a little girl, around 7 or 8 years old. They placed her in the last bed of the emergency room. Initially, it didn't seem unusual, as children with common ailments like diarrhea frequently came in. One doctor, who was attending to another patient, went to check on the little girl. They asked the women, "Who among you is her mother?" They replied that none of them were. Her mother was admitted to the ICU upstairs. The first thought was that the mother might have fainted, and the child was just scared. When the child was asked what was wrong, she kept saying she wasn't okay, but wouldn't specify the problem. The more questions asked, the more she resisted. Eventually, an examination was decided. As soon as the doctor touched her abdomen, she screamed and curled up in pain. When asked how long she had been in pain, she said it wasn't pain and kept asking not to be touched. Reassurances that the examination was necessary to find out what was wrong were given. After about an hour, the 4 women disappeared, leaving the girl alone. She kept saying she didn't want to go home, but didn't provide a clear reason. Probing further revealed red marks on her hands, as if someone had grabbed her tightly. When asked if someone had hurt her, she broke down and cried uncontrollably. What she revealed next was unexpected. It became clear that the child was deeply traumatized but too scared to speak. After a while, one of the women returned, claiming to be her aunt. She requested that the doctor promise not to tell anyone. In desperation to understand what was happening, the promise was made. The woman suggested a full examination of the child, which revealed something horrifying and unimaginable level of trauma. The child was then taken to the medico-legal department, where the case was reported. However, the in-charge dismissed it, advising to focus on duty and stating that such incidents occur frequently. They laughed it off and did not take it seriously. This story underscores a significant issue in society, patriarchal dominance that trivializes such crimes. There is a need to fight this mindset and speak out against it. Rapists should be made examples of, not allowed to escape justice. Desensitization is unacceptable. This incident has revived painful memories. There is a pressing need to raise voices against such atrocities. If not now, when? Everyone is urged to take care of themselves. See you in the next video.